A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
As of June 1, Jamaica's minimum wage is now $16,000 per 40-hour work week, up 158% from 2016, marking the highest minimum wage in the nation's history. We are building Jamaica.
The time by the office of the Prime Minister is
5 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, October 14, 2025. We are alive and well, and for that we give God thanks. Good morning to you if you're listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9 on your FM dial. We appreciate your company there. If you're listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. The channel is Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. That's the YouTube channel. Ensure that you go on over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel and share the live to your friends and family. It's all education and entertainment sometimes on Nationwide. All right. Want to say good morning to, who am I seeing first in the YouTube chat I'm on an entirely different live stream. Here we go. I am seeing David Nebar first in the chat this morning. Good morning to you, David. Errol Townsend, top of the morning to you as well. Hugh Donaldson, good morning to you. Jean Sellers, good morning. Shirley Augustine, good morning to you. Ryder 40, Monica Callum, good morning to you. Albert Morgan, I said Albert already. Good morning, Albert. Ines Campbell Murray, good morning to you. Monique Hunter, top of the morning to you. Everton D, Mikkel, Roger Smart, and all the others over there on YouTube. Yeah, man, big up on yourself. If you are listening from our mobile app, available for free on the Google Play and the Apple App Store, good morning to you. And those on our website, revonews.ai, good morning to ya. Thank you so much for making it Nationwide 90 FM. Also live on TikTok. So good morning to all the TikTok peeps. Big up on yourself. Thank you so much. Well, can I just start the live still, so people them are rolling. But yeah. All right. So this morning, we're going to take your calls. The phone lines are open. So if you have any consumer-related matters, you can give us a call. The numbers to call, 876-630-9371. And that goes up to 4 and 618-8255. So those are the numbers to call if you have any consumer-related matters. We have Anthony on the phone lines. Going to go right into it. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning, Nora. How are you?
I am doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm giving thanks, not so wonderful, but, life is here.
Giving thanks anyhow. Yes, indeed. That's important.
I have a problem, I said I have to call you.
Is your radio on, Anthony? I think I'm hearing myself in the background.
Really? Yeah. What I'm saying,
Yeah, so I'm going to give you some time to just turn off the radio before we rejoin you. I hope it's off now, Anthony.
Yeah, hear me now?
Yes, go right ahead.
Yes, I have a problem with the Kingston Public Hospital. Suicide, some of these doctors now, make people consider suicide. Day before yesterday, two persons, they're talking about what they experience and the pain that they are going through. And the problem is the time that the doctor have them 4 year, 5 year, when they are to the surgery, and pulling them in and letting them out, they wondering what is the problem, and the lady said, it's best to die more than living on.
I'm not following you. You're saying persons are due to have surgery?
Yes.
And what happened?
And they cancel it every time that they
the surgery is being cancelled, okay.
Yeah, and some of them are 4 year, 5 year, they are waiting.
Wow.
These and the two main clinics where I hear the people I'm talking about is orthopedic and eye clinic. This lady said it's best for she to take her life more than feeling so many pain. Going through,
And what's the reason for the surgery being put off? What's the reason she's given?
When at one of the time it was the air condition problem. And that one solved. Mole and that one solved. And same thing going on.
Yeah, she keeps getting different reasons for
different reasons.
Wow.
And I hear them over the radio, the doctors, them, talking yesterday on a program, and I think it was the TV last night, talking about wages and wages and wages. I wonder if those doctors do not know that it's the same people that they have been suffering like that. Is they paying them, their money, taxpayers' money paying them. It's not the government. Why punish the people and through the government and wages?
It's and I hear you, Anthony. It's something that we've heard complaints about for quite some time now. Our healthcare system, and when persons probably have no other choice but to go through the public health system. I'm sure if she wanted, if she could, she would have probably gone and done it privately already. But that would have, and she probably would have had the surgery years ago if she had gone that route. But unfortunately, she has to stay, and it shouldn't be unfortunately, because our public health systems should be working efficiently so that persons who need surgeries, eye surgeries, orthopedic surgeries, they can get it done in a reasonable time. Now, a surgery being put off for 4 to 5 years is absolutely ridiculous. An orthopedic surgery or eye surgery, as you said, I don't know which one it is for this person, and she's in pain. And I'm sure from time to time she will get some ease, but if the surgery is what is needed to ease her off, relieve her of this pain that she's feeling, and she has to be holding on for 4 to 5 years, it is a problem. It is a problem, and we use the opportunity to call on the authorities, those who are responsible for the hospitals themselves and the Ministry of Health. It goes, there are different steps before that: regional health authorities, and then the Ministry of Health. But we need to ensure that our systems are working efficiently so that surgeries are not being put off for 4 to 5 years. Surgeries like eye surgeries and orthopedic surgeries.
Don't punish the public because of what you're going through, wages and all those things.
Yeah.
Go through the process properly and look about your you need money, you need raise of fee, but go through the right way. Don't suffer the public who are paying you. And I'm not in any way, picking up but there
several sides to any situation, and I'm sure the doctors themselves also have challenges with the infrastructure and the system. As you yourself said, the surgery was put off once for AC issues, which is an infrastructural issue, once for mold, which is also a challenge within the infrastructure, and well, not necessarily infrastructure, but you understand. And I'm sure some of the other reasons are issues with not the doctors, but probably the system itself. And so there's much that needs to be done to look at the healthcare system.
You've got to get a scan, and when the said machine in the hospital working, but yet they are sending it outside to do those X-ray and those scans. The reason for that, you would call it a friend of business. The same doctors in the hospital, they have
the private practices, or friends who have private practices.
And those they are sharing those things, so they are sending it there where you develop that money.
Yeah,
to do those things.
And if you produce, I don't know who it is to you, if it's your friend or a relative, if she is able to come up with the money to do that surgery privately, I am sure she could get it done next week.
Yes, next week.
Yeah. But it's very unfortunate. But thank you, Anthony, for raising these issues, and it's important that we continue talking about these things so that we can hold our authorities and those our leaders accountable, and that they can get
he should look into these things, and look into it properly, There's and you have a problem in the hospital. People were waiting for surgery for a long time. And this is the inside source. Doctors from outside, they're working in the hospital, but they have the private thing outside. And when they have certain things to do, they draw the patient that they have outside in the hospital to do it.
Yeah, lots of issues. We're up on break, Anthony, so we're gonna have to leave it there.
Okay,
yeah, man. But thank you for using your voice and raising these concerns. We take a break and come back with more of your calls.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:17.
Need reliable security for your business? Dual Protective Security is the perfect choice, providing round-the-clock security solutions and customer support. Our security experts will work with you to create customized solutions that fit your needs and budget. Contact us today and enjoy the peace of mind you deserve with their unbeatable security services. Dual Protective Security. Call 876-676-6987 or 876-415-4564.
Taboo topics,
Voyagings after dusk,
riveting discussions,
celebrity news and interviews,
topics that are shunned by society,
and everything else in between.
Voyagings After Dark with Kareem Voyagings each and every Wednesday, 8 to 11 p.m.
Voyagings After Dark.
No topic is too taboo or hard to discuss.
Come get your mind blown and your curiosity explored.
Voyagings After Dark.
Good morning, good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. I apologize. I should have mentioned at the top of the show that we have Inside Customs. So that's what you'll hear next. And after Inside Customs, then we will take more of your calls.
Welcome to Inside Customs, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Welcome to Inside Customs here on Nationwide 90 FM. It's a product of the Jamaica Customs Agency, JCA, and it's where customs looking at the things that people complain about, the things that people have questions about, and they send their experts to provide the explanation, to provide information that can make people more confident in interacting and interfacing with customs and its various processes as it looks to collect the revenue that is due to the country. My guest this morning is Albert Anderson. He's the Director of Compliance at the Jamaica Customs Agency. Good morning, Albert.
Good morning. Good morning, George.
How are you, sir?
I'm quite fine, as much as can be.
Finish the phrase. Fortis cadere?
Cedere, non potes.
The brave may
fall, but never yield.
There you go. Yeah. We're doing this, listeners, to annoy our technical man, Jermaine King, Mr. Rabalaki. What's the Rabalak motto? Anyway, never mind. All right, Albert, we're talking about the Returning Residents Incentives Program today. And it's in order and proper to ask, what is the Returning Residents Incentives Program?
Okay, so it's basically an incentive that is provided by the government for residents of Jamaica who have been residing overseas for more than 3 years, who wish to return to Jamaica and make a home here, a permanent resident here. So the government offers this incentive in terms of tax-free incentive for your personal and household effects that you are returning to the country with to settle.
All right. So if I'm 16 years old and returning home, do I qualify or do I have to be a certain minimum age?
No, you would have to be over 18 years.
So 18 is the minimum age?
Yes, that's the minimum age.
All right. So give me this. Picture this scenario, Albert. I live in Wisconsin. I am 39 years old. I've been living in Wisconsin for 17 years. And you say, I'm going to go home now. So I have my household items, my furnishings. I have so many things that I'll need if I were to live in Jamaica. And I'm saying, you know what? I wonder if I can bring these things home and how much it will cost me. Is that the person that this incentives program is looking out for?
That's exactly the person that we are trying to reach out to. So we are basically saying that you can come home with those items duty-free. So we are saying that welcome back to Jamaica. It's like welcoming you back home.
Yes.
There's one thing that is normally questioned, and that is in terms of motor vehicle.
Yes.
That is not something that is offered duty-free.
Yes.
However, the incentive that is given for motor vehicle is that you are allowed to bring a motor vehicle that is up to 10 years of age into the island.
Yes.
As it currently applies, it's like the maximum you can bring in for a motor car is like 6 years.
Yes.
So this is the incentive. And say, all right, we'll allow you to bring a 10-year vehicle into the country, but the duties apply on motor vehicles.
So I can't have my Pontiac GT, 12 years old, and get the incentive to bring it home?
No, you would not be able to bring in a 12-year-old vehicle.
Very well. All right. So I can bring home my household items and special conditions apply to my car under 10 years old.
Yeah.
But in terms of the program, so I've listed all the items in my household, all the items that I want to come back to Jamaica with. First of all, where do I go to see where my what is the list of exemptions, what I can bring back, and what duty will apply under the incentives? Where do I go to see all of that information?
All right, so all of this information is provided on the Jamaica Customs website. So you go to our website and you go to the Returning Residents Unit tab. And once you go to that, we will give you a step-by-step in terms of how you go about applying for this Returning Residents Incentive. And it's a simple process. Everything is done online. And once you register, firstly, and then once you register, you'll get a response to a link to do the application.
Yes.
And within a couple of days, somebody will make contact with you to give you further details on how you go forward.
It may seem like a simple thing, Albert, but tell me specifically, When I go on that tab and I complete the form online, and it's only, and I can only do it online, of course, right?
Yes.
Right. Good.
No, but you can come into the office.
Yes. If I can fly down here while I'm here, I can.
You can come in and then they will guide you.
But if I'm out of the island, I can do it online.
Online.
Very
yes.
right. So when I complete the form online, you know, like people like to say, "Boy, I call the radio station and George, I call, I do the thing online, and it's 43 days now, and nobody don't respond to me." What time frame is Customs committed to telling people that within X amount of days you should get a response from us?
Within 72 hours.
72, so that's 3 days.
So within 3 days.
And that's a quality standard.
That is the standard.
That in your KPI, that you and your team must respond in 3 days.
Yes.
Very well.
So we'll have to respond to you. Once you're registered, we'll have to respond to you within that period of time.
Yes.
And to say, we have received your application.
All right. And that's an email response?
That's an emailed response.
All right. So I've done the form. You've made contact with me after 3 days. What happens next?
All right. So it's basically guiding you through the process now. So we will tell you certain stipulations, like you would have to bring the items in within 6 months of your permanent return.
So it's not forever?
No.
You can't bring them little over 5 years?
No. You can bring in little, but the little will be within the 6 months.
Within the 6 months.
All right. So it's not an inexhaustive period that you have to use this incentive. And we realize that person may have challenges because a lot of the persons returning are normally elderly persons.
Yes.
Sometimes some ailments occur along the way, and then you have challenges getting back and get everything within the 6 months. But what we'll ask you to do is to keep the communication line open. Let us be aware of the challenges that you're having, and then we will see what we can do to assist. But if you wait until it expires, especially if it has expired for an extensive amount of time, and then at the time now you are reaching out to say, well, no, we're having this challenge, then there will be an issue because the policy does not allow us to go further than that.
So it's not that Customs wants to be unreasonable. So if the 6 months expire, and in month 7 you say, boy, the thing lapse and I have a foot here, give me some problems, so I can't travel and so forth, please be notified of. So Customs takes that into consideration.
Yes, ma'am, because we have offered extensions. We have given several extensions, but where the period of time is extensive, or it will be a challenge for us. It is something that we have spoken about in terms of probably looking at revising the period, probably upward, but it is something that has not been established as yet. But as you know, one of our core values is being customer focused, and as a result of that, we are looking intensely at seeing how we can better create a situation that is more feasible for returning residents.
And while, Albert, you operate by the book, you're not operating by the book at the expense of the real issues that people encounter. So you're reasonable as best as you can.
We are reasonable as best as we can. And and we have to put these things in place because if you don't have certain things in place, then you will have persons bypassing the system and you will have loopholes. So we have to do those things in terms of trying to keep the security level.
All right. So watch me now. You say 3 years is the I would have had to live overseas for 3 years.
Yes.
How do you prove how long I lived in the States?
All right. So you would have to show us. You would have to prove to us that you have been living. So if you have been employed for with a company for a certain period of time, then you can show us your tax returns, your employment letters, to say that yes, I've been employed for a certain amount of time. And it is not about only employment, because you have persons who have been there and they have not been employed.
There you go.
But because the incentive is also offered to deportees.
Yes.
All right?
Excellent point.
Yes. It's also offered to deportees.
Yes.
So they would have to show that, well, I've been left Jamaica at this time, and for that period of time, I've been in this country. And as a result, now I'm returning home. So the fact is that it is not only persons who are employed, but you just have to prove that you have been overseas for that period of time.
I can just imagine the questions coming left, right, and center, Albert. So here's the thing now. So you have this very smart fridge that you have using in your home in Wisconsin. You coming home now for whatever reason, and you call this radio station and you say, boy, customs giving you a hard time because the fridge costs X, and they're basing the amount that they're charging to bring home the fridge on the cost of the fridge, and you don't feel that applicable. Is that how customs determines the waiver that they give on each item that is being brought back?
No, so you're talking in terms of returning residents?
Yes.
No, man. With returning residents, it doesn't even have to be things that you're using. No,
Yes.
If you want and you're returning home and you want to buy a brand new set of furniture,
yes,
it still comes in duty free. Yes, so
Excellent.
it is not a case of you. It has to be things that you have been using over a period. Because you might have been using things and they are no age.
Right.
Which means that when you carry them back to Jamaica within a year.
You know, okay, old broke come on Jamaica.
Yeah, exactly. So that is it. In the terms of a motor vehicle, though, you have to have had it at least 6 months before importation. So you can't just bring in a brand new bite next week, last week, and then bring it in this week. Yeah, you understand?
Yes.
Well, as not in terms of a motor vehicle, I should have said that, but in terms, yes, the motor vehicle, but like you're buying a vehicle that is at the border the 10 years, and then you are bringing it in within that period of time, you would have to have it at least 6 months before.
Yes.
In terms of motor vehicle.
I think we can do another one in Albert. We can do another one next week to go further, because I'm sure there are other questions people have to answer. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this week's episode now, but listen again in this same slot next week. We're going to continue the returning residents incentives program for people looking to come home after living outside of the country for at least 3 years. You are able to bring your items with you, your household items, everyday items, the things that you treasure. You're coming with them duty free. Customs is saying, come on, bring them, come. But you have to meet certain conditions, which are not strict, I must admit. I know you want more information, but listen to us next week. Thank you, Albert, and I'll talk to you again next week.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, good.
That was Inside Customs, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:31.
Me grew up as my granny save her money under her mattress.
But at all times something. That's where I save my money in the bank. And because I want to buy a little house, we also save in a building society. We have to be smart with how we save our money.
So what if the bank crash?
Well, that's where JDIC comes in. Make I tell you something. With the JDIC Deposit Insurance Scheme, once you save your money in a commercial bank, merchant bank, or building society, your deposit is covered up to a maximum of $1.2 million per depositor per financial institution if the institution fails. All the information that you need is available at jdic.org, and you can follow their social media platform for more information.
JDIC, protecting deposits for you and me.
Just give me candy. Christmas promotion. Bigger and better than ever.
Buy 6 Kendall products, including Kendall Tuna, Kendall Sardine, or Kendall Gouga Piece, and you could win big. We've got 24 amazing prizes, including double door refrigerators, 6 burner stoves, microwaves, stainless steel pot sets, and even baskets filled with groceries. To enter, drop your receipts in boxes at participating stores or WhatsApp a photo of your receipt to 876-884-0411. Promotion ends December 15. Conditions apply.
ENDEL.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. We are taking your calls this morning. The numbers to call 876-630-9371, and there's also 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-82 555. I see someone in the YouTube chat asking about the $20,000 grant or payout for those persons over 65. There's a group, the Solidarity Program is what it's called. And we have spoken about the Solidarity Program on this station a couple times before. Jean, I do not think they are at the stage of the payout just yet. We did make mention of some phases that the program will go through before they get to the point of actually sending this money to your accounts or to the accounts of those persons who applied. So I don't know if they're at that stage yet. They were doing some community intervention across the island. So I'm not sure if that is complete, but they were going through a couple phases before just to ensure that I believe they could reach to as many persons as possible who could benefit from the program. So, and I'm sure when they get to the point of starting to pay out, or when it gets close to that point, then there will be an announcement of that. Good morning, Mr. Brown.
Hi. Good morning, Nora.
Good morning.
Yeah, man, I'm having a problem with NCB again. Right? I've called you about 2 to 3 weeks ago. That matter was resolved. I'm still having a problem with NCB. My wife deposited some money in my account yesterday, about after 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Up until now, the money still have not reached my account. It was one of those RTPS transfer by online, and I called.
She deposited it from a NCB account?
No, from Sagicor.
Right.
Sagicor to NCB.
Last night.
Yesterday, probably about 8:15 yesterday morning. When she went to Sagicor yesterday, to finalize something with her card, and she was relating the matter to the personnel at Sagicor, and the lady said it should take 2 hours for the money to transfer
through RTGS.
Yes. The money was removed from her account. It is not reflecting in my account.
But
I called. Yes, go ahead.
And she's saying, and she's aware that it's not another Sagicor account, right?
No, it is not, because even this morning she went online and
right.
Credentials.
So if it's coming from Sagicor to NCB, I know that those transactions take a little while.
No, it's not the first, Nora. It's not the first. And we have transferred money from the Sagicor to my NCB account, and we got it probably about 2 to 3 hours after.
Okay.
Right. I called the customer care last night, relayed the issue to them. I spoke to 3 different persons, and each time they put me on hold and just listen to the call after. And up to now we're having this conversation. The money is still not in my account.
All right. Have the money left the account of your wife? It's not there anymore.
Not there anymore.
Okay. And you said she reached out to she spoke to someone from Sagicor.
From Sagicor.
And
while she was having the conversation with the person at Sagicor, we were on the line, and the person from Sagicor said, "Sure, the money is not in the account. The money is not reflected in her account." So both conversations, they relate to each other. And as I said before,
so Sagicor has concluded the issue is not from their end.
It's not from their end.
I see.
And
have you tried going into? Well, it's just a day, so you haven't gone into the bank or anything.
No, I've gone into the bank. I've tried to reach someone at NCB at numerous occasions. As I said before, I spoke to 3 different representatives last night. And none of them, as a matter of fact, they put me on hold and terminated phone calls.
I know that you said you've done these before, and it has gone through faster than it's taking now. But I would say just give it a little bit. because it might just be that it's just taking a little longer than usual. Since it was just yesterday that she attempted, I would say just hold on a little bit before we say that there's an actual problem. Let's just wait and see, and then if not, then maybe by tomorrow, then you could clearly say that yes, there is a problem. And I understand that you're saying you've done this kind of transaction before and it hasn't taken so long before, but maybe there's just a little problem with the system and it will reflect soon. So I would say just let's wait a little bit, and then if not by tomorrow, then you can give us a call back. All right? All right, no problem. Sometimes, these things, they may take a little while, and I'm not saying there isn't a problem here, because there could be a problem, because these things happen. However, when you're transferring from a different bank, sometimes it can take a little while. So I wouldn't say call it a problem just yet. Let's just see if it will be transferred probably throughout today or maybe tomorrow. All right. And I hope the money comes through and there is not a real problem here. Chris, good morning.
Banton, how are you this morning?
I am doing good, Chris. How are you?
Well, giving that thanks, and I want to send up some praise to the rain. Yeah, man, we get some nice shower rain.
Yes, indeed.
But if Banton, the national bird, them is out. Yeah, man,
I don't know.
Cry out, if them ask them people in the Spanish Town Health Department, and if them come out, could I come spray them?
Yeah, the fogging, it, and sometimes when I look at it, I don't know how much the fogging helps, but okay. But, it's also important for us, as citizens to do our part, because sometimes we sit in our homes with things catching water, old tire on our back, like a pan put on with water here. So you have a plant. Some people have plants and they have the little catchment thing underneath the plant pot. Those gather water too, and all it takes, is a little puddle of water for mosquitoes to breed. So I implore all of us to look around our homes and ensure that we don't have anything breeding mosquitoes, because those can be a problem as well. So all the fog, where them a fog out the place, and you have the water put on same way on a back. So the fogging come, kill a couple of them, but as tomorrow morning 1 million more hatch, and you have the same problem again. So it's important, it's twofold. The government can do their part through the health departments to, assist with the fogging, and we also need to do our part to ensure that we aren't breeding mosquitoes at home.
Well, not in my strata, and I don't think you.
You can't talk for your strata. I wouldn't go as far.
No, man, nobody not have.
No. I'm not talking about a drum outside, Chris. Remember, I just said, a tire around the back can accumulate. No, Chris, you can't say that. You cannot. Hold on. But a tire around the back, landscaping don't prevent you from having a tire around the back.
Then take it up and throw it in the bin. There's nothing. Believe me, Mom. That's what I look at the
Chris, hold on, Chris. You cannot possibly speak for the entire strata. Mosquito breeding sites aren't, some massive things that you can say, boy, nobody can have that, them. It's not. It's as simple as I said, a flower pot with water accumulated in the catchment thing at the bottom. It's simple things that mosquitoes breeding. It's not some big extravagant things. A little cup you have somewhere, put on round a back with some water. You forget a little something round a back with some water. It's not some massive things, that are obvious and they have to throw. We call them not look good in the place. Major things. See somebody in the comments say, even a leaf. If a leaf fall off the tree and curve the right way, and water catching it, mosquito find that them gonna lead. So as I'm saying, it's important for us to just clean our areas. You understand? So I wouldn't say speak. You can speak for the entire strata and say nobody not have no mosquito breeding in them. Yeah, you can't say that.
Well, you know, them give you the plant a box outside where you plant flowers. I supposed to do it and bush in some of them because plant up.
I hear you.
The river is behind us. That's one of the problem again. Over the wall, the Recover River run behind us.
See there? So yeah, there are a lot of factors, but we can call out to the health department to assist the area with some fogging. Union Estate asking for some assistance with the fogging. The mosquitoes are rising, especially where the rain is falling and water settling all over the place. So St. Catherine Health Department, you're needed in Union Estate, and I'm sure many other parts of St. Catherine, because Portmore for sure.
I want to say something to you. In the building, GPS make it's a panel thing where glass protect the meter and a breaker is round there beside it. The place rotten down, the glass fall out somewhere. And I think they need to come look at it. You see, sometimes the rain fall and the breeze blow the water. It can do some damage to some of them meters there. And they switch them. So
they're all in one location?
Yeah, then put them in a one place.
Okay.
Go at the back of the building.
Okay.
So they need to come take a look at them and see what can be done.
Have you reported this to JPS?
No, I did not.
That's the first step, Chris. That's the first step. They're the ones who have to come and fix it, so you have to ensure that you report it to them so that they can know. All right?
That's true, Mom. All right, I'm going to do that. So bless you, have a great day.
Yeah, man, you too. You too. Yeah, man. All right. We're up on the break, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, Mr. Dawkins, we'll take your call.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:46.
Everybody needs a helping hand, somebody to understand. In the end, we're all human. For people living with HIV, no discrimination. Here to support them through. Respect you as usual. Got to protect them too. One of your friends or your family, somebody in your community. People living with HIV. Protect, accept, and respect people living with HIV. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. We're taking your calls. We just have about 5 minutes or so left in the program. So we are going to jump right back to the phone lines. And Mr. Dawkins is on. Good morning, Mr. Dawkins.
Good morning, Ms. Nora. How are you?
I am doing good. How are you?
I am great, but I have to take some time to call you about this RTGS thing that you were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a problem with the same RGTS thing, from Scotia to NTB. It is not happening.
It's not happening at all.
It's not happening in terms of the RTGS. It is happening, but not within that 2 hours. We're talking about maybe 24 hours the next day.
Oh.
Now I call Scotia because both accounts are mine. So I'm transferring from my Scotia account to my NCB account. And it is not happening.
Mm-hmm.
I called and Scotia, the lady that I spoke with, said, I think, let me check if we're having an issue. I did 2 times last week. She came back and she said, yes, there is a problem with the RTGS. So I said, okay. then I should be reimbursed the charges. She put me on hold again and then came back to say, no, you cannot get the reimbursement. No, that is where I'm having the problem.
Reimbursement for what?
There's a charge for the service.
Oh, for it to be transferred in 2 hours?
Within that 2 hours.
I see.
If I wanted it for 24 hours, the charge is less.
Yeah.
But I am getting the 24-hour service with the 2-hour charge.
Okay.
That is where I am having the issue. When I transfer from NCB to Scotia, it is within sometimes the hour before the 2 hours.
But the other way around?
The other way around, no, it's not. It happened twice within 1 week.
So
I would like my money back, and they're telling me no.
What's the charge?
I think it's 230. I'm not certain right now, but it's $200 and something. Right? It might be small, yes, but I want it because I don't get the service for that money.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you.
Right. So
because it's as if you paid for an express service. If you paid for a document to come to you in 1 day, and you paid for express and it came in a week. If you wanted it in a week, you would have just paid for the week. You paid for some money to be transferred within 2 hours.
So this is what I would like the authorities to look into. Yes?
Yeah.
Because, okay, if I'm going to be charged the 2 hours, give them a 2 hours.
Absolutely.
If it is not possible, reimburse. Put the money back to my account.
I agree. Most definitely. And the fact that you called Scotiabank and they could acknowledge that there's an issue with their RTGS transfer system, then it means that the transfers aren't being made within the time promised. So what is the charge for? What did you pay $200 for?
Yeah. I didn't even realize that I had to call Scotia because the funds was removed from my account.
Exactly.
You can see it online. So I call NCB, and NCB says, "Sir, we are the receiver, and if we did not receive it, we cannot mount it to your account.
Absolutely.
So therefore, you have to call Scotia." And I call Scotia, and they're telling me this.
Scotiabank? Yeah, Scotiabank. No. Unacceptable. If you are charging a sum for 2 hour transfers through your RTGS system and your RTGS system is not working, either you set it the system that it don't allow it until the issue is fixed, or those who would have tried to use it and the money was not transferred within the promised time, give back the people them money, whether it be $200, $50, or $5,000. It don't matter. You took money from customers for a system that was not working, and you yourself acknowledged that that system was not working. You cannot take the people their money for that, and then on the phone you're gonna tell them that you cannot get it back.
Not only that, when I asked her first if the money will be refunded, the charge, she said to me, "I don't know." I said to her, "Ma'am, you're not supposed to tell me you don't know." Then she put me on hold and came back and said, "No, the money cannot be refunded."
And if the RTGS system is something it's not working as you thought it would, if you find that there are continuous delays with the system, suspend it until you can figure out what is needed to make it work most of the time. Because I see someone in the YouTube chat saying there are occasional delays with the RTGS transfers from BNS to NCB. Similarly, with JN to NCB, which causes the funds to reach the designated account later than the prescribed time. If the system is not working as it should, one, do not charge an extra amount for a transfer within 2 hours, and you know it not reaching within 2 hours. And if you're not suspending the charge or the system, then give back the people their money if the transfer is not made within 2 hours. That's what you promised, and if it is not done, you cannot take people's
money. And then telling me that no, it cannot be refunded. I have to do something about it, man.
And a word to those who are transferring funds, if especially since we acknowledge that there's an issue with BNS to NCB. If you think the person, if you don't have to do it within the 2 hours and the person can wait for the 24 hours, just use the ACH transfer method and know that it will go and it's a less charge. Because, let's not put ourselves through it. But also, BNS, you must fix your system and refund the man back him money.
I wanted to take care of a bill. So sufficient funds wasn't there for when NCB goes to the account.
Mm-hmm.
So I just gladly transfer it.
I see.
And then guess what happened? When the NCB went for the fund,
it wasn't there.
It wasn't there, so I had to pay a fee. So you see, I pay both ways.
Exactly.
You offer me
so you pay a late fee for your bill, and because NCB's social system didn't work, and Scotia still charged you a fee for the system that did not work. We have to do better than that. Thank you so much, Mr. Doctor, for bringing it to our attention. And you see, I am right there with Mr. Fitz what's his name again? Fitz Jackson on these fees, I am right there with him on these fees. These bank fees. I talk already about the Scotia $50 charge at the ATM, for draw your own money, $50 Jamaican dollars to draw my own money. $50, So every time I go to a Scotia machine, I am charged $50. For all the other people, then we go and get $50 charge. How much $50 that for the day? How much $50 that for the day? But last time I talk, a man say $50 is not no money. I may complain about $50. You see? $50 today. Christmas come and gone and it's sweet them, and then January $100. And then when we hear now the financial report, Scotiabank celebrating a profit of bank rich. And our $50 they are draw out our account for draw our own money. I don't think it's right. And I will continue to talk about it. Cannot be right. And not to mention the other $10, $20, $15. Every time you use your account, you see the main money and you see about 40 other $10, $15, $20 after that. You can't do nothing about it because you have to use it, don't? And you can't walk up and down with this big water cash. That's not safe. Problems here, problems there, problems everywhere. But that's where we're going to leave it for the Consumer Hour this morning. We make way. I see somebody in the... So much things to talk about because you're paying $50 and the machine them not being maintained. Machine them now work. And this bugger charges and bank can make bugger profit. And you can't find a working machine at the end of the month. Payday come line long, 4 machine at the center and 1 working. But we'll leave that for another day. Making way now for Cliff Hughes online.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We're having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here